All right, everybody, welcome into the Lantern Sports post-game show. I'm your host, Casey Smith, and joining me as always, Stephen Kishpaugh and Jacob Benge. Fellas, Ohio State, they wrap up their 49-20 victory over Michigan State. They carry that perfect 6-0 record into the bye week. Stephen, Marvin Harrison Jr. That's all that has to be said, right?
I mean, there are not a lot of adjectives you still have to describe Marvin Harrison Jr. He just became the first player in Ohio State history to catch 3 touchdowns in 3 separate games. Stroud just had his personal third game of 6 passing touchdowns minimum. I believe that's either an Ohio State or Big Ten record. I'm going to have to double check the facts on that. But at the end of the day, this offense has been everything we expected it to be and a lot more. The running game looked great. Travion Henderson looked great. The offensive line looked awesome. And then, like we said, like Marvin Harrison Jr., I mean, he's making some of the most ridiculous catches I've seen in person in ever, quite frankly. He's catching balls that CJ Stroud can only throw to him, and he's getting up there and proving why he might be the best receiver on this team. But, that doesn't only stand out to me. The defense looked outstanding too. And Jacob, what did you see on that end?
You talk defensively, and I go back to the first possession of the game where Lathan Ransom picks off Peyton Thorne there in the end zone. It sets the tone for Ohio State. Ohio State gets the ball there, goes down and scores, and then gets another 3 and out, and just keeps the pressure going there. So for me, another big takeaway is just seeing Ohio State maybe progress a little bit from its injuries. You see Travion Henderson come back, and in the first half alone, he has over 100 rushing yards for I think the 5th time in his career. I believe, but at Cam Martinez there in the secondary, Lathan Ransom as well. Mike Hall even, he talked about how many snaps he played their post game. But, Ohio State's been banged up a lot this first half of the season. They got bowl eligibility now, so they enter the bye week there next week. But, still some injuries to progress. Mayan Williams missed this game. Jackson Smith and Jigma missed another game. So I'm curious how Ohio State uses this bye week to kind of recover and maybe reset as, they get a week off here and really kick into the second half of the season.
Yeah, for sure. Heading into that bye week, it'll give them an opportunity to get healthy. Ronnie Hickman and Tommy Eichenberg said the defense still needs to improve, giving up 20 points to Michigan State. 1 touchdown was in garbage time. The other 2, the secondary was a little bit shaky, fellas. I mean, there's still those question marks between Cam Brown and Denzel Burke there on the corners. I believe J.K. Johnson got beat a couple times as well. So that's something they definitely need to clean up. But they'll have time heading into the bye week. For now, though, they come away with a 49-20 victory over the Michigan State Spartans. They're number 3 in the AP poll. We'll see how that changes. If it does, they're probably going to sit tight right where they're at. But for now, this has been the Lantern Sports post-game show. For Jacob Benge and Stephen Kishpaugh, I'm your host, Casey Smith. Until next time, take care.